Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Arizona State University Sun Devil Fitness Complex here in Tempe, Arizona. My name's Tim Baghurst, joined as ever by the exciting Sandy Rios,
Dang it.
or excitable, I should say.
Either way.
We're watching a match between Vargas and Scott. Vargas served before Christina Amaya was even ready. Hadn't called the score, hadn't set up the scoreboard.
I guess she's just practicing
Practice,
one
sure.
last one.
Here we go,
Now,
0-0.
here we go.
Vargas serving over Scott. Well, that's a great
Wow.
start from Vargas. Scott did well to pick one of those balls up, but too good from the Argentine. And
Well,
again,
And this is the only way Vargas knows how to play, right?
yeah, just rip it.
Rip it. You know what?
But it works, right?
It is. She's a master of it, right? She serves hard. She pinches hard. She hits the ball down the line hard. Everything is hard.
That was hard into the floor.
Well, you know, when you go for it all the time,
You're going to miss some balls.
you are going to miss some. You know, nobody is 100% all the time. And there's a nice cross court by Scott. And she's going to have to keep Vargas moving.
Big skip. Scott's a hard hitter herself. Was stepping into some of those shots, but that one she will
Wow.
regret. Good call screen serve. Damian Zamorano in the chat box. Damian, where are you?
I was
This
gonna
is
say.
your tournament.
We came to Arizona and you're not even here.
It has been a little quiet around here.
It's been very quiet. And
Clean
there-
hitting from Holly Scott. Cross court.
This is a smart shot by Scott, right? Vargas is a getter, but let's not give her anything to really get. Those cross courts into the corner are working for her.
Yeah, we've got two similar styles here. Both like to shoot, both like to hit the pinch.
Oh,
Excellent serve down the right
Yes.
side from Scott.
well, and they both have no problems diving or hitting the floor to get the ball. So defense is very vital to both of them.
It's fun watching students come through the complex just kind of looking like, what is this?
Oh,
Crushing winner from Vargas straight down the line.
yeah. The multiple times we've been out here, there have always been groups of parents and potential students. I give their admission people, they get a lot of folks coming into this center to view the campus.
Over to my left, Lawrence and Martinez battling it out. That was a 3 p.m. match that started late because Mania needed a tiebreaker to overcome Carla Munoz. We saw Longoria, a comfortable winner. Wow, I don't like that call.
You don't like a replay on that?
No. Carlos Quadri, coach of Vargas, says yes, replay. but I think that's just to keep Vargas calm.
Well, he's a smart.
That's
That's a smart coach
We've talked
thing.
about that at juniors of just sometimes it's best just to agree with the ref, even if you don't agree with the call, because it keeps your player calm.
Yes. Well, we've seen this today. How many times has a player allowed one call that they disagree with cost them the match?
Or at least a few points,
Yeah. Well,
which could be the match. So we can see on these return of serves, Vargas tactically standing about a foot over to the right of middle because Scott herself is edging over to the right side. Just improves visibility. I'm not sure I like that decision from Scott, trying to poke the ball into the left corner. Vargas still hasn't gotten that serve down. That's a really nice shot. She told one of the players last night in sponsored doubles that she was pregnant again with her 4th child. And said she was joking.
okay, good. Because I'd had that conversation with her, and she told me no 3 was it. And I was going, smart girl. Although we have both been here when Vargas has played up until 5 months pregnant, or 5 or 6 months pregnant. Yes.
And diving.
And
what
diving.
are you doing?
Yes.
Second serve. Got an ace before that.
Another nice serve by Vargas there.
So I think first game is over on the left side, and I think Martinez took it.
Before this started, Martinez was up 9-4, so.
Smart. Scott retaliating rather than responding. And what I mean by that is Scott is just swinging at the ball rather than controlling the ball. And you saw there, Vargas was the one who stopped hitting the sidewall and went down the line. Clean winner. I see a timeout coming up soon.
You should see one.
I would
whether
take one.
or not you're
7-3.
going to, yeah.
Just to reset, because so far the game plan hasn't worked.
Well, and Vargas has got this Z serve of hers working almost as well as that drive serve that she just hit.
Scott's not one to take timeouts, though. 8-3. I mentioned Carlos Quadri. Scott supported by Daniel De La Rosa, and the timeout comes at 9-3. We're back in. 9-3. 10-3.
Tough.
This is so good. Watch this. Looks like it's going left and then hits that sidewall and comes across.
Oh, jeez.
The technique on this is not something I would encourage, but why? Watch the, I mean,
It doesn't matter. She hits it hard enough that she gets the winner out of it, right?
everything off the back foot on that one, but it worked. 11-3. 12-3. Great hands from Vargas.
And
It's all going the way of Vargas right now, and Scott has to.
Well,
just
she's
say
got to
too
weather
good.
it, right?
You know, I couldn't do anything about that. Yeah. Creative off the back wall. And that's a gettable ball. Watch this. Watch where this second ball, where the ball's second bounce is almost
on the sidewall.
Well, on the short serve line. That's gettable. But Vargas just playing Vargas ball. Great drive serve, set up off the return of serve, and executed on that third shot.
Yep.
So Vargas claims it 15-3.
Well, we've seen this.
We have. We saw 15-0 that ended up a 15-14 in game 2.
Right.
We'll see if that happens in this second game here in our match, but we'll be back in just a minute. The mission of FSU Coach is to prepare and equip the next generation of coaches and sports professionals with best practices and current research to enable them to pursue excellence. We have 2 academic programs, the online graduate certificate, which is 4 classes, and also a 10-class master's in athletic coaching. Our graduate certificate and master's program can be started at any time, either the summer, fall, or spring. All of our classes have the word coach or coaching in them, and they're taught by coaches for coaches.
The types of classes that we offer focus on the athlete as a whole person. We focus on the theory and practice, the research, the helping skills, even some of the mental performance behind what it goes into being an athlete. I came to FSU Coach because I truly believed in the mission and the purpose of the program.
I think I have my dream job being a head coach at Florida State, but I know there's always more ways that I can help my athletes and better prepare as a coach, so I thought joining this master's program would help me learn different ways to attack my job. If you're interested in going into coaching or joining the FSU Coach program, I would just say don't even think about it and do it.
And we're back in, everybody. 15-3 was the scoreline. Holly Scott has a lot of work to do to get back in this, but we've talked, Sandy, about what a difference 2 minutes can make in a game of racquetball. Will it in this match? Scott serving first.
Well, if it doesn't, if Scott can't figure out what to do, then this is going to be over quickly. And that's one thing she cannot do. She cannot make unforced errors like that. The ball was there. She was set. Did she lose it in the sidewall, or did she just go for too much? You can argue either point.
That's a good shot.
Okay, and there
Vargas,
you saw...
Vargas went for the splat winner.
Yes,
right?
but you saw Scott not give up on the ball, too.
Correct.
Not expecting it to roll out, but
Yep.
I'm going to be there if it doesn't.
I can get this one.
Yes.
just isn't a good serve.
No.
Take another look at how far this ball comes off the back
She's
wall to the
almost-
middle.
She's almost to the encroachment line.
I think sometimes players need to lob serve more than drive serve. Again, Vargas did exactly the same thing. Ball way off the back wall. If your drive serve can't stay low, you will pay the price. Very
Oh.
nicely done.
Yep. Yeah, and
Li-
Vargas is she's swinging freely, which is when she plays her best, right?
Scott has a lot of expressions on her face, as does Vargas when they play. It's always fun because you can usually read what they're thinking. Big thank you to our title sponsor, the Madison Trust Company or Corporation.
I think that's
Corporation.
company. I think the Madison Trust Company.
Just call it the Madison Trust. A big thank you to them for allowing us to be here. We can't do it without sponsors. Very nicely done from Holly Scott that time. Again, Sandy Rios, a poor serve off the back wall.
Yes. Well, and Scott taking her time and hitting a good shot, right? Yeah.
Clean. Don't know if you noticed there, Vargas sliding on the floor. If I'm Vargas, I may need to rethink what kind of shoes I wear for a court, because that could be dangerous. Oh, my word.
Yeah.
It started with an excellent serve. Scott did well to play defense, but you can't do anything against that.
No. And in here you have Vargas feeling it. She's in that zone, right?
Yes.
Where she's feeling everything. So I'm going to take a shot that is pretty iffy and make it look amazing, right?
Z serve
Yep.
unreturned by Scott.
And you
Nod
s-
of the head from Quadri.
And you see Scott trying to slow Vargas down. Because when she gets in this and she gets in her rhythm, you've got to take her out of her rhythm. And when she's in that service rhythm and she gets up there, she's ready and she serves, she doesn't think about it. She
Yep.
just hits a great one.
And I think with Vargas, you have to get in her head a little bit too. She can fall apart at times. And there's a slip from Scott this time.
I know that they told me court 2 was a little slick this morning, but I haven't heard anybody, but we're seeing it, right?
Again, loose serve. This is right now, this is all about who's going to have the better serve in the second game.
And who's tried to lob serve? Neither. Right?
Nope, and maybe they should,
Yeah.
because they're not working at the moment.
Well, that definitely was way too short. And Vargas went, oh, this is perfect.
That's a better serve. Look at the return, though, from Scott. And a little
Smart.
bit of luck.
Yeah.
Side wall, front wall, back down the side.
Yeah. Took the right spin for Scott.
I've got to come up with a name for that shot. Sidewall, front wall, sidewall.
The
Or
impossible shot.
slide. Vargas's forehand is really working.
Well, and I think, you know, when she's off, it seems like it is the forehand that's off, right?
Yeah, but the backhand just isn't the same weapon. It can be off, but it's not the same kind of weapon that the forehand is. Very nicely done from Scott. Took a little pace off that.
And there, as you said, when you hit a good C, short of into the back wall, what is the only shot you're going to really be able to hit off of it? And it has to be a pinch in the corner because you can't get the racket behind it.
There's an ace serve.
One serving three. Scott's finally on the board this second game.
I want to go back to this. I'm going to show a 10-second replay. Watch how much room Scott gives Vargas here, right there. I don't like that. I think
It's way too much.
don't give her that much room. Make her feel uncomfortable. Don't give her the whole court. Yes, she won the rally, but I think there's a lesson there for just making your opponent feel your presence.
I agree. I mean, yes, we know you got to give them shots. We got that. But if you get where they see you in their peripheral vision, they don't know where you're going to go. You can give them their shots. You can give them basically any shot, but if you're in their peripheral vision, they don't know what's going on.
It's just another something for them to think about, which may affect what shot they choose.
Well, it may affect the fact that they skipped a shot because they think you're right there. I
Yeah.
got to do the perfect shot.
Yeah. Scott playing much better.
Much better and more animated.
Yes, I was thinking earlier that she does play better when she's louder.
Well,
Show that you
so
want
does
it.
Vargas.
True. Except Vargas can go too far. And then that she's high but not out of control. Seen her get a little too amped up and then implode.
And Vargas is very, very good at cutting that ball off, as you just saw. Either side.
Vargas says, I couldn't see. It's a replay. What do you think, Sandy?
I'm going to say yes. I mean, we know Vargas can get a lot of things. I think she saw it, but she sold it enough that it came through her legs, right? It came through Scott's legs. She had her shots.
That's a safer call. She may not have seen it. I don't think she would have got it. And then her argument would be because I couldn't see it.
Right.
And then look at that. 2 quick points for Vargas. We're at 5-5. Yep, I like this from Scott. Just slow things down.
She has to. With Vargas, you have to take her out of her rhythm.
That's tough. And I don't know what Scott's asking for.
I
Do
don't
you?
either. No.
She's saying that she ran into Vargas.
Now, personally, I think the shot before Scott should have put it down. And she didn't hit the right shot. Oh, nice serve.
Another ace serve. So right now, it's Vargas who leads, and really because of the serve, which is at the beginning of the second game coming off the back wall. Now it's not hitting that back wall before bouncing twice. Of course, I say that. Look what happens to Sandy. They should pay me. They should pay me to
not say something.
To not say something.
We might mention that. You know, I can see travel expenses that way, Tim, you know.
That was an ace. Excellent serve from Scott. This time down the right side. Both players seem to have found a little rhythm now in this drive serve. 6 serving 7. It was a good rally.
Yes. I think that last shot that Scott, she went the cross court, should have been deeper.
Or down the line.
If you're going to go cross court, you need to get it deep enough where it's going to hit the ball about waist high so she doesn't have a setup. She's got to move back to get it.
And again,
get
this ball back. Watch. You know Vargas is going to hit it. She loves it. She assumes maybe that Vargas is going to put it down. Vargas didn't.
But yeah.
As a player, don't you love it when your opponent doesn't go for the balls they could have got?
Yeah.
Free points.
Exactly. Well, because it takes the pressure off me to hit a really, really good shot. I just have to hit a good one. It doesn't have to be a perfect one because they're not going to go for it.
Opportunity. Not taken. There's a free point. I'd like to see a timeout here from Scott. 9-6. 6 points away from the match, Vargas. 2 timeouts per game players are allowed. That's well done. Vargas should have gone down the line. There is the timeout. We're taking a timeout too. Back in just a moment. Sandy, we saw Monse Mejia become the world #1 at the end of last season and is still the world #1. But for me, the last 9 months, Vargas has been the world #1.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you.
Not on paper, but if we look at consistent results,
Yes.
etc.
Well, her level of play the last 9 months has been as high as I've seen it.
Yeah, she's playing as well as she's ever played.
Right, and consistently, and that's obviously the key. Now, she may not have it on paper, but for us having watched, I agree with you. I think Monsi's had her ups and downs.
And that's the key is I look at it and I go, Muncie doesn't always get to the final.
Correct.
You always see Vargas always in the semis,
Yes.
and most often in the final. And of course, the X factor in this is that Vargas now has to play Longoria in the semis, and Mejia gets somebody else.
Right.
And I think Mejia would be happy with whoever that somebody else is compared
Yes.
to Vargas or Longoria.
Yes, because at this point in time, those are the three that are going to jostle each other around for
They're
the top
the
three
three
spots.
who are always in the top three, yes.
Yes. And I think Monty probably looked at this on paper and got really happy because, she's not going to have to meet one of the two.
These two have been flip-flopped. She's always been on the top.
No,
right?
I'm just saying at this tournament that
Oh.
she's not going to have to play Vargas
Either
or
of these two
Longoria.
until
Yes.
the final. Good pickup from Scott and forcing Vargas into trying something perhaps a little rash.
Well, yeah, we would have said it was amazing how she cut it off and
Sure.
done it. Yeah.
Well, but
Was
that's
it-
not Vargas's style.
Well, she has cut off several and done well with them. And
I think it skipped.
I thought it skipped. And this is where Vargas's coach needs to just go, yep, skipped.
Well, he says, I have no idea. I didn't see
Okay,
it.
so she has, so there's no argument.
That's his get out clause. I couldn't see.
Well, I think it's a valid card to play with because he doesn't want her to lose it, right? Scott's
Right.
got a little bit of momentum going. If she plays well, she can get out of this in.
I like it.
Yep. So
USA Juniors take note. Isn't this what we taught at camp?
I think we've talked about it a lot.
A lot.
A lot. That three
What
wall
did we see at Bolivia? Hit it.
None.
Oh, I don't feel comfortable doing it.
I didn't see anybody do it.
You had months. Is this where we throw Grant Williams under the bus?
Oh, yes. Too bad Grant's not here. I could do
Oh.
it right.
We'll show him a replay later.
Oh, that'll be good. We'll have fun with Grant.
Smart shot. Side out. 8-11.
But that is the weapon against that three-wall shot.
Yes.
Cut it off. Why do you want to let it get in the back of the court and go back and forth sideways?
Big thanks to the Granite Dude, Matt Felk family, Winterton Racquetball Academy, Fix My Racket, Iceman Realty. Nice shot from Holly Scott. Burrito Express, Tempe Tourism, Farmers Insurance, Ceramic Tile Services, and of course many individuals who've helped make this event possible. I know we've appreciated the food already, Sandy.
Yes, and for that I'm going to throw Susie Bollinger's name out because she is the amazing cook that is behind all of that, and we sincerely appreciate.
So another point for Scott, and it's 10-11, definitely in the second game. Vargas may be feeling the pressure a little bit now. Maybe the commentator's curse.
Could be. You did it again. There you
Tell
go.
I could make money. Skip from Vargas requires a timeout. We're doing the same. Well, everybody over to my left. Sandy, let me take care of your mic here.
It does that all the time.
Tiebreaker time with Lawrence
Ooh.
and Martinez. Martinez won the first. Lawrence won the second.
Oh,
Wow.
nice get by Vargas.
That's athleticism. How many
Yeah.
women on tour, Sandy Rios, can get that ball back, not just get it back, but rip it for a winner like that?
Not very many.
Amazing.
Yes. And when you see Vargas, you kind of look and you don't look. If you look at her, yeah, she's nice and lean, she's in good shape, but you look at her feet and she is pigeon-toed. And you don't expect her to be that quick, right? Because you're just thinking she's going to fall over her feet.
Holly Scott says, not so fast. Not so fast. Earns the side out.
But she is extremely talented, extremely athletic, and how she does it.
It's just routine. She makes it look so simple, Vargas, that forehand pinch.
Well, and you see her use her whole body, especially her shoulder. She rips it through with her shoulder, and that's where she gets her power.
I'd love to see this short Z right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's worked almost every time she's hit it this so far today.
There you got it.
Yay. Just because I called it.
Yeah. She's lucky you didn't jinx her.
Ooh, Holly Scott got that ball back.
Yes.
That was a really good rally. Let's take another look at this. Excellent defense from both players, both with opportunities. Sidewall got Vargas into the driving seat. Scott missed her shot. Vargas needed two, but they were good shots. And we know that Scott's going to regret not hitting the ball down the left side when Vargas was stuck on the right, went
Yep.
back to her, and then had to hit more and more. 13-11.
Yeah, she
2
thought
points
she was
away.
on the floor. I'll hit it right to her, but Vargas is quick. Yeah, she's on the floor, but by the time the ball got there, she was back up, able to return the shot.
Clean. I will say, though, Scott's forehand pinch has not looked crisp today.
No.
Normally, that's her backhand, forehand pinches. Those are her go-to shots. She hasn't hit them so cleanly today.
No.
Down the lines are what have worked.
Well,
I know what you're going to say.
not saying it.
Vargas.
Oh,
Holly Scott was there.
yeah, just hit the ball on the way down.
Yeah, look at the angle of the racket. The
Yep.
angle of the racket was pointing down. Side out, 13-11.
Had she been able to keep that racket face straight up instead of down, she would have at least hit the front wall with it.
Excellent second game this is.
Yes. Well, this was what we expected, though, right? A blowout in the first one, the second one tight.
Should be a replay. Vargas doesn't like it.
Well, Scott wants the penalty, the avoidable. She's not going to get that either.
There's the forehand pinch again, bringing up match point for Maria Jose Vargas.
And you just look at the confidence in the way Vargas walks, right? She just doesn't walk. She strides up there like, I've got this. This is not a problem.
Like a boss.
You got it. And then she rips an ace serve to prove it.
And there it is. Vargas claims it with an ace. 15-3, 15-11. Well, we know that Longoria is into the quarterfinals. Longoria is waiting for Lawrence or Martinez. Brenda Laime is into the quarterfinals along with Erica Mania. Vargas is in the quarterfinals, but who she will face remains to be seen. Barrios and Mendez, I think, just finished. Yes, Barrios claims it If you're not familiar, Mendez injured her ankle in December at the last tournament, Christmas at the Classic. I was watching her earlier today, and she was not moving particularly well, so not too surprised about that result. So we have Barrios and Vargas, two very contrasting styles.
Very different styles. That will
We'll
be
have
fun.
Longoria against either Lawrence or Martinez. Laime will take on Menia. And then our next match on court, Lexi York, Montse Mejia. Alongside a court adjacent, Salas and Herrera. So we've almost got the quarterfinals figured out. We've got one more match coming up for you. Hope you stick with us. We'll be back once players are warmed up and ready to go.